Welcome everyone to the August 2016 love readings. This month I'm going to be using my normal playing deck, and I'm also going to be using the Divine Guidance Oracle by Cheryl Lee Harnish. I really like these oracle cards. I find them quite accurate, so I hope you all enjoy those. So let's get into the readings. Okay Pisces, so let's see what's in store for your love life for the month of August. This reading may encompass the previous 2 weeks of August as well as the 2 weeks coming up. So what's in store for Pisces love life for the month of August, and any additional information to help and to heal. Okay. Okay, Pisces, what I'm feeling from the energy here is like a renewal of some description, a renewal of energy in some way, renewal of energy in a relationship, or an emotional renewal within yourself if you are single. There may be an opportunity for some romance to come in, and you may not be too sure about it at first. The King of Cups may relate to you being a water energy, or it may relate to someone coming into your life. Either way, it's an energy of strength. In this reading, it feels like there is strength around this King of Cups, and there's a sense of gathering and fulfillment. It's like calling on the reserves is what I'm feeling. It's like if this does relate to you, Pisces, then if you've previously felt depleted energetically, then coming towards the end of the month, you'll feel a sense of renewal within yourself, a sense of growth and betterment, I want to say. That really came to mind. It's like you're bettering your circumstances, both emotionally and physically, and possibly even financially. There's a sense of stability coming in, so there's more stability coming in. The emotional renewal may, if you are single, it may be that there's someone coming into your life, and it may well be this King of Cups, or it may be that, like I said, your own emotional energy is becoming renewed and you're being healed through this period, and it's leading you to more fulfillment personally, individually, which will create more stability in your life emotionally, as well as potentially for a relationship. I do feel that there may be some sort of opposition to entering into a relationship if there is one being presented to you. If you are iffy about it, obviously this is a general reading. Whatever it offers you, whether it's a fulfilling relationship or just the fact that you are kind of being energized or being sparked to come out of your shell or to become more energized during this time, or it's like you're reawakened to your own energy. That's the feeling I'm getting. There's a lot of that feeling in this reading, that it's a reawakening of energy, and it's all positive. Either way, relationship wise or individually, I feel like there's a growth period. Something is growing, and it's not just if it is a relationship, it's not just that the relationship is developing or growing. I feel like there's an individual growth here. I feel that even if you do have a relationship coming in for you, it's not just about the relationship, it's about finding that inner fulfillment. It's what's from the inside that's being fulfilled, not just the merging with somebody else. This is an interesting card. And it actually speaks of healing on a cellular level. And it kind of feels like that with this whole reading, that whatever this relationship is, or whether it's your own emotional development, it's healing. So there may be a relationship that comes in for you that is quite healing and it's stable. And it's allowing you to be nurtured and to grow in love as well. I think that's the most important thing with relationships. It's not just about finding someone, it's about whether or not you can be in that partnership equally by being completely open and loving yourself first. And that's what growth is all about, learning to love oneself so that you can recognize and love someone else in the same manner. And that's kind of that feeling I've got here. So it's an interesting reading, Pisces. All the best with that. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what's in store for you for the month of August regarding your love life. I actually think that's a bit too far out. Hopefully you can see that a bit better. This is an interesting reading, only because there's quite a bit of 7 energy here. Because you have 2 7s here, and the 4 and 3 make a 7, so it's 3 7s. The 7 energy comes out of the harmony of the 6. And it's kind of like having that sense of stability and then feeling strong enough to disrupt that energy, because you're searching for more. You're trying to not only have balance, but you want more. You're on a spiritual search, so you might feel fulfilled on a material level, on some level, or on a physical level, but there's a spiritual search, and that's what 7s feel like for me. It does feel like that there's a spiritual search for meaning, a spiritual search for meaning in relationships maybe. The 8 of Hearts is also an energy of expansion. It's expanding your emotional energy, and it's probably expanding to greater networking. So possibly the foundation here is probably expanding your network, socializing, meeting new people, getting out there, igniting that energy of love and passion within yourself through your connection with other people, and not just, one particular person, but a group of people, and that's going to give you some sort of meaning. It's going to make you understand, or give you some sort of depth of understanding emotionally. It's also a card of celebrating with others, and so I do feel like there's a need to go out. I feel like there's a need to enjoy yourself, to have fun, to socialize, to connect. And I feel that that's necessary to remove the past. it's to remove the past blocks. If there have been blocks, if there have been frustrations, if there have been quarrels or upsets with people, I feel like that is going to help balance things out for you more, remove the imbalance a little bit, and bring you into an awareness of yourself on some level. But I don't even feel that it's really that deep. I don't feel like the energy of growth or evolvement or anything like that is deep. I think here on a surface level, it's just saying enjoy your life. You've had enough stress in the past. You've had enough frustration. Just enjoy yourself now. Just spend this time enjoying what you can with other people, enjoying your connections with other people. The overall energy here is a 3 energy, and that's also a card of joining and connecting and celebrations and creativity. There is a need to connect with groups and socializing. It might also be the fact that, you're doubting something. It may be that, the past issues, the past quarrels, the past problems you've had with people has created this doubt within you, and you've been reflecting on that maybe, and have been reflecting too much on it, and it's saying let go of that. Nothing that you can do at this point. The energy is not with you to heal, although it always takes two. With a love relationship, if there's issues, it's not your time to be engrossed in the healing of that situation. It's your time to just let it go and enjoy yourself and bring in new, refreshed, joyful, happy energy. There's not even a newness. It's more the happiness, the celebration, the joy of life, enjoying your life and bringing that energy into your life to help shift your energy out of the stress that you've experienced, the stress or frustrations that you've experienced in the past. Because I think there's a tendency to want to ruminate and to doubt and to be engrossed in the issues. And yet here I'm being clearly told to not be engrossed in that, to expand your network. The reason why you need to go out and have fun and expand your network is because I feel like there are delays. I feel like there's unavoidable delays. I feel like the necessary delays in order for things to develop. And relationships, if you're waiting on someone, then you have to understand that relationships are two people involved, two people who have two different agendas, or they might have the same agenda, but they're not at the right page together. So one person might be a page 10 and you might be a page 15, and so you're waiting for that person to catch up. And that's what it kind of feels like here, that there's an energy of, needing to wait for someone to catch up. And if that's the case in your relationship, that's why it's all the more important to just focus on yourself and have fun and not be too encumbered by waiting and by this relationship. If you're single, again, there's a period of delay and waiting until things develop, or the need for you to actually go out and socialize more in order to expand your network, to meet someone new, to learn to have fun or to embrace dating again. And the other message is, the reason for all of this again is to bring you greater mental stability. If there's been restlessness, it's to bring more stability and kind of bringing back the passion again in your life, because it might have been stagnant with this energy here. It may have felt quite stagnant and unmoving for quite some time with a bit of frustration. And so it's like changing it up a little bit, and joy and passion. That's what it feels like. Go out and have fun, Aquarius. Go out and meet new people. Go out and expand your network and just enjoy your experience at the moment. The Oracle card here, it's an interesting card here. It's the card of infinite love. Just try and connect with the message. it feels like the energy of loving oneself, and I guess not putting yourself into the situation of waiting and being frustrated all the time. Loving yourself by taking care of your needs, making yourself happy, doing the things that bring you joy instead of sitting around waiting for that phone to ring or waiting for someone to knock on your door or to take you out somewhere. It's like you're waiting on someone else to come along to fulfill you, and yet it's saying that you need to fulfill yourself. You need to really love yourself, and how you do that in practical ways is the joy of connecting with other people, the joy of socializing, the joy of going out and doing new things or experiencing new things, not sitting around at home stagnating. That's the true meaning here. Don't sit around waiting for something to eventuate and because you'll stagnate, you'll not move forward. It's also a feeling of letting energy flow. I feel like there is a bit of stagnant water. If you're already in a relationship with someone, it does feel like there is a little bit of stagnant energy, and again, needing to expand your social network and bring the passion into your own life again in order for you to feel fulfilled and ignited. I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. I could probably talk on this a little bit more, but I don't really have the time in a short general reading. So all the best with that. What's in store for Capricorn for the month of August in their love life and romance? What information or advice can you give Capricorn, their love life, month of August? Capricorn, it's an interesting energy this month. At the very base of it, you have the King of Clubs, which is the fire energy. So you may be in a relationship with someone, or someone's coming into your life. If that's the case, then there's a bit of work to do. If you are in a relationship with this King of Clubs, or this King of Clubs is coming into your life, or it's just relating to your own energy, it means that there's a bit of work to do in the relationship and for the relationship, both individually and as a couple. There's some obstacles that need to be overcome, and I think that there's a need to look deeper into the issues. If there are issues in a relationship that need to be worked out, it's asking you to look deeper to see what reoccurring patterns there are in order to heal. You might need to confront things with your partner. It could be financially, it could be materially, it could be regarding buying a house, or how you're going to work out with your finances, or things like that. On a physical nature, on a material nature, things need to be worked out. But I also feel like there's a deep inner need for reflection as well on all other matters and how all of this ties in. And this work is leading you to a relief from stress. It's kind of like a time out from stress, a relaxation after a period of stress, if there has been any kind of disputes or issues. I feel here, if there are going to be any disputes or issues, that they are necessary to kind of get to the root cause, to get to the depths of the real problem, because often these surface arguments that people have are not really the main issues at all. And I feel like that's what the energy is talking about here. That the argument needs to bring out the deeper meaning of why the two of you are having kind of conflicts or challenges between you. But having said that, once that has happened, then that will bring you a more sense of completed contentment. You'll feel quite content after that. It's like a job well done feeling, I sense. And this card here is the card of inner reflection or deeper knowing within oneself, the deeper waters that are looking for meaning. As well as that, I'm also sensing that there's a reflection or a mirroring that might be happening. So that's the other message that I feel might be useful to some of you, that the patterns you're experiencing or the challenges you're experiencing are actually challenges where you're actually mirroring each other. So behaviors that you see in someone else are being reflected back at you. Maybe not in exactly the same way, but energetically they are. And that's the other meaning of this reflections card that I'm sensing. The other feeling I'm getting is with this card is a need to take control of a situation as well, needing to take action, be that yang energy that initiates the challenges and not just sitting back passively expecting things to work out. I think it needs to be addressed head on, and that's a really strong feeling I'm getting, that things need to be addressed head on. That might be the other connection to the King of Clubs, if that's not relating to someone in your life at the moment. So taking matters into your own hands, or directing the energy shift by taking control yourself. And I'll just reiterate that when you do, things will feel more contented and calm, and there will be a sense of relief from stress. So sounds pretty positive to me, Capricorn. So all the best for August. Let's see what's in store for Sagittarius. This is love life for the month of August. Saggy, this feels like an uncomplicated reading for me, because the energy is talking about healing on a deeper level and possibly a renewal of something. So this is a card of cellular healing. So something needs to be healed on a deeper level. And I feel like there's going to be communication or conversations. That's really strong. There's going to be, if there's been an estrangement, there's going to be some sort of communication or conversation brought to you. It could be this King of Hearts or a water sign energy, or a yang water energy, if that makes sense to any of you, or someone who has those emotional qualities. A yang energy that's very emotional, that wears their heart on their sleeve. That's kind of like the encompassment. That's kind of the energy that encompasses this King of Hearts. I feel like the conversations will either bring about an emotional renewal or bring about healing to a relationship. And I feel that this is quite a gentle energy as well. It's not like a forceful argument or confrontation or anything like that. I feel it's a very gentle energy coming through for Sagittarius, and the communications are very gentle and healing, and it's going to bring about the merger. You've got 2 2s here, so it is a connection with someone. There is going to be a connection with someone, a reconnecting or a recommitment emotionally to someone that maybe there has been an estrangement from, or there needed to be a healing with. The general energy of the reading is an 8 in numerology, and the 8 is a feeling of recycling of something. So it may well be an old relationship coming back and being recycled, if that makes sense, or the moving away from a lack of fulfillment. So you're in search of more fulfillment, and you're going to go looking for it. You're going to want to bring about a resolution. Like, you don't want to just be content with the status quo. You might feel like you have everything, but it's like you want more, and you want to move to the sense of completion in a relationship. So this is kind of that stage where you will have a reconnection with someone, and the next phase of this relationship will be the test where whether or not the two of you can then bring a resolution or a fulfillment of the binding between the two of you. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in the coming months with this energy, Sagittarius. But it is a really lovely energy. So I really hope that that makes sense and that it resonates with you. All the best with that, Saggy. Let's see what's in store for Scorpio's love life for the month of August. Scorpio, the energy I'm picking up for August is some nervous energy regarding a younger male, and there may possibly have been some disappointments. It may be a younger male, or it may be someone who is a little immature in terms of how they manage finances or how they manage their daily life, how they manage their career or wealth or anything like that. And there may have been a bit of disappointment around this person in the past. Maybe some sort of travel, maybe there was some sort of travel that you were looking forward to that didn't eventuate or had to be put off for a later date. All in all, I'm feeling like there's a need to solidify the energy, like the energy that's being put into a relationship, the energy being invested into a relationship to achieve certain goals within the relationship. And I feel like there's, at the moment, like a feeling possibly around finances that things aren't quite stable, or that this person in your life, I feel like this energy doesn't know how to create or stabilize financially or stabilize a committed relationship in all the practical ways that that entails. So if it relates to some sort of travel that didn't go ahead, or there's some sort of anxiety about organizing travel plans, finances may be I do feel that financially things will work out. You'll find that money comes in from many different areas rather than just one. You have to kind of be a bit more resourceful. That's very strong, that energy, that needing to be resourceful financially, needing to be resourceful in how you materialize a relationship, how you go about with the practicalities of a relationship. I also feel that, one needs to take responsibility for one's material stability and growth. So there's a sense of taking responsibility both in the relationship and with fundamental material financial aspects. So this person kind of feels like he needs to grow up a little bit and take responsibility, take action, take responsibility, because they haven't at this point. And it may feel like it's kind of a bit of a burden, that their irresponsibility is a burden. They have the potential, given some planning, and that's the other idea here, that there needs to be some planning and possibly looking at finding growth financially and materially from many different avenues rather than just one. So kind of looking outside the box and exploring options in that area to help shoulder the burden in a relationship, I guess, so that one person doesn't feel like they're the only ones carrying that burden alone. This card is the Divine Guidance card. And it feels like maybe that Scorpios might feel like they're shouldering a burden on their own. Like I said here, this card is kind of also affirming that there's a feeling of having to carry a burden on their own, or feeling overburdened by something and not seeing a way out of the situation. And it feels like it may feel that way, but in fact you're not alone, because this card feels to me that there are many opportunities and options available to you for growth and expansion that will give you some ease if you look for them, if you look for those opportunities, looking outside the square. And if it's regarding a relationship, look for opportunities for a relationship outside your normal boundaries that you perceive. So if you felt that things haven't been flowing and you felt alone for a while and things haven't moved, it's saying your anxiety may be the cause of that, and you really do need to explore other options. Look outside the box. That is a very strong message here. The numerology of the spread is a 33. And this card is a 44. So it's a master number, and Scorpios are definitely working with master numbers. Very intense numbers. So probably needing to put more effort into this. Really pushing yourself is really important right now. Pushing yourself outside of your boundaries, being more creative, searching for more harmony in your life outside of where you would normally find it. The ultimate energy of the 33 is the 6, which is bringing again harmony, and you end with a 6 here. So you will achieve that sense of balance and harmony, but you really do have to put quite a bit of effort into it, more than what you think. So do look outside the box and focus on more than what you're just perceiving in your current reality at the moment. I hope that's useful, Scorpio. There were quite a few messages in that one. And I hope that one of them resonates with you. Let's see what's in store for Libra for the month of August in their love life. Libra, I do feel very, very strongly that there is a new love or a surge of love that's going to feel quite palpable. There might be a new relationship starting that has a very strong and firm foundation and commitment. This relationship, the basis of it is strong. There's a stability here in the emotions, and a possibility, or not even a possibility, like a very strong connection to commitment. You've got very, very strong cards here, so there is love energy for you for the month of August. It may feel that you will take a gamble with this relationship. It's like you feel like you're going to take a gamble, and I think that the gamble, it will pay out because you will get everything. It's going to be really, really strong. And there may be some sort of gathering. I do feel that, there's going to be some Librans that actually get engaged for August. I do feel that quite strongly, that the energy is quite strongly geared to that higher form of commitment and stability in a relationship, and taking a risk with a relationship, and the risk will pay off. The Queen of Spades here, it's an air sign, so it may actually relate to you. So it may just feel that you feel like you've come home on some level, like you feel like yourself, like you feel like you've come home to yourself almost, that this is what you wanted, this is that sense of stability that you've wanted. Or this is the embodiment of everything that you've wanted, and it makes you feel whole and complete. That's the sense I get with this Queen of Swords. Because around her there's stability, there's love, there's commitment, there's celebration as well. And I feel that for the month of August you will be coming from your heart. You will be operating from your heart. There's lots of hearts around you. So there's love coming to you, but there's a joining, and there's a sense of opening up your heart or seeing things through your heart energy. And maybe this feeling that you've taken a risk, or that you need to take a risk, or there's the option of taking a risk, is going to be taken with an open heart, or that is the way to approach whatever the choice is. I don't even feel like you feel there is a choice. It's like you're going to do it. You will do it, even though it feels like it is a bit of a risk at this point. But you will do it with an open heart. So it's actually a very beautiful and very, very direct reading. So there is energy coming in from the heart mind. If you're looking for a relationship, there's definitely a relationship with great potential. For those already in a relationship, there's a need for open and loving communication with someone. The energy around you for the month of August is really supportive of love energy and opening the heart. So take that risk at the moment while the energy is open to supporting you in that way. Being truly within your own heart and feeling love for everyone, and that feeling of being in love, and everything looks great, and you feel at peace and contentment within yourself. That's kind of like that feeling that I get, regardless of whether it's with someone or whether you are doing it for yourself. But there is that need to share and open your heart, and I feel that you will have a great opportunity to attract that back. So bear that in mind for August, Libra. And congratulations to those of you who are either getting married or engaged. So what's in store for Virgos for the month of August in their love life? Virgo, you've actually got a nice reading. Feels like a transitional time for you. A transformational time. I mean, this card, that being the foundation, is indicating there's been some changes and transformation within your psyche or within your physical environment. Changes that have brought about a rebirth or an end to problems, and that's probably more so what I'm picking up here, that there's been changes that have resolved problems for you, and you're coming out of a period of stress now to a sense of more contentment and fulfillment, and an opening up of your heart to communicate more of what you need and what you want. So this may actually be a transitional time for you, Virgos. It might be a period of change and transformation where you're leaving one aspect of your life and moving on to another more peaceful and contented period, one that is not as stressful as the past. And it's interesting because the card here is the card of infinite possibilities, and it's saying that you need to open your heart and mind to infinite possibilities, daydreams, desires that you have. Write them down or communicate them, whether you communicate them to yourself or you communicate them to friends, or whether you do any kind of writing. List these things that you want, list the qualities. So if you're single and you're looking for a partner, list those qualities that you want, because right now is the opportunity where you can create that through the energy of infinite possibilities. So the universe is opening up the door for you, saying, well, let us know what it is that you do want so we can co-create with you. So there is that opportunity. And I'm hearing here an opening of your heart as well. Open your heart to infinite possibilities, and maybe to things you would not have considered before also. If you're in a relationship and there's been some stress or issues that needed resolving, then this is a transformational time, and to utilize this energy wisely to create a better relationship or create a better form of communication. So opening your heart to communicating and resolving conflicts and issues with your partner through infinite possibilities, knowing that there's more than one way to resolve something or to find a consensus or a merging of ideas so that all parties are satisfied. So bear that in mind also. I'm also feeling that if you are in search of a relationship, that you need to also confront your fears. Confront anything that you haven't acknowledged that is holding you back. And that is part of the transformational time, to practically look at practical ways, or ways that you don't create what you want, that you don't put into action, or you don't manifest exactly what you want. How are you building your life? How are you creating? How are you building the foundation for your life? Be creative in how you do this, and be practical. And remember that this is an opening for you to build that. Numerology here is an 8. So it's the energy of advancement. So advancing and building upon what you've already achieved. So if it is a relationship, then you are transforming the relationship and building upon it to make it stronger. And it's like you might have stability, but there's something more that you're craving with the relationship. So you need to find ways to transform it and make it grow to the next level. And if you are searching for a relationship, you're moving away from relationships in the past that didn't work out, that didn't make you feel satisfied. And so the 8 energy is building upon the past and solidifying, and might even be bringing something back in and building upon it. So past relationship or certain qualities within a partner that you have liked, so build upon that and try and visualize, because I feel here also with this energy that it's like visualizing and creating infinite possibilities of how this person that you want to come in can come in and how they're going to come in. And if I'm sounding quite wishy-washy, which I already have sensed, it's because the energy isn't clear yet. It's allowing you, this time, the energy is actually allowing you to co-create. So use that energy to manifest what you want. This is more so not the manifestation period, but the planning period. The energy is allowing you to plan for things and to decide exactly what you do want. So, and the 11 is always poignant with that. Be careful what you ask for, because you'll get it. And so that's the energy that's coming about for August. Be careful what you ask for and make sure that it's in line with exactly what you want. Be clear about that, but also explore the opportunities and other possibilities that you may not have entertained before. Okay, good luck with that. So Leo, let's see what's in store for your love life for the month of August. Let me just move these so all of the cards that are in the frame. Hopefully you can see that. Leo, I'm getting a few messages here for you, so just bear with me because the messages are very disparate. The overall message though is to not use force with something or instigate anything in a forceful manner in a relationship. And try not to move too quickly is the other message. The overall, the foundation card, I'm not getting a very clear read on this one. That's why I'm umming and ahhing a little bit. Let me just try and connect to it a little bit more. Okay. So one of the messages relates to maybe a third party being involved in your relationship. So if there's been any kind of infidelity, try to instigate communication in a loving and inclusive way, and look at all opportunities or look at all avenues of the situation, or look at all aspects of a situation rather. Don't just focus on maybe one. There's a need to complete something. There's a need to put an end to something. So if this is about infidelity in the relationship, then there's a need to have some communication to put an end to the situation. Now the situation may be the relationship. However, I'm actually getting a feeling that there needs to be more loving communication between you and your partner, and looking at and exploring all avenues and aspects of the relationship and ways of communicating with each other and having each other's needs met. Because I do feel that you need to look at both of each of your needs. So your needs as opposed to your partner's needs. And there definitely needs to be open communication around that. in order to put an end to a situation that might have been troubling you. And so by the end of August, it does feel there'll be an end to something, and it may happen very quickly as long as you apply the right energy. And again, the right energy is a very gentle and loving approach as opposed to forcefulness. So exploring all avenues or all aspects of the relationship, and not just focusing on maybe the infidelity, but what's underneath that. The numerology here is a 3. So 3 is all about initiating change creatively, getting ready to set some sort of foundation. So maybe if, say, you're in the process of moving house, or you want to move house, or you want to move in together, or something to that effect, changes will come about quite quickly. And the way that you have to work with your partner is again the passive approach, being clear with what you want, but and offering options to something, but in a way that, it sounds manipulative, but it feels like it has to be more of a very gentle nature in how you direct your needs, because it might feel like it's a big change, and I feel like something is coming to an end. So if you are wanting to move, things will happen quickly in that aspect. Yeah, it feels like there's a sense of completion on some level with August. So putting an end to something that's been troubling you, and doing it in a loving way, and exploring all options. Or there could be a move that brings about a bit of stress and I guess something new and a little bit stressful because it's out of the norm. Or you're dealing with a love relationship with someone that you may love very much, but on a practical level something isn't gelling, and you might need to put an end to it. And whatever it is, again, it'll happen very quickly. It'll be very direct sort of energy, and that's why, because the energy is quite forceful, you need to employ more of that gentle energy. So be aware of not coming across too harshly, because the energy around you at the moment can feel that way. So try and approach it with more gentleness and receptivity, as well as a nurturing sort of energy as well. If you're single looking for a relationship, be open to many possibilities. You might have a few options for the month of August. There might be some sort of gathering that you might attend that will bring about some opportunities for you to meet new people. There's certainly options, and options of communication. Maybe the one that you've wanted may not work out, but there might be something else that is coming. It's almost like you will be tested on some level, so you might meet someone that you really like and it doesn't work out, but that's at kind of like the end point where something new will start from that. There's going to be a new opportunity, possibly in September or October, where someone comes along that is right for you. So be aware of that, because you're in the final stages of something. Things are happening creative. Okay, I'm getting it now. Things are happening creatively that you're not aware of behind the scenes. That's bringing to an end certain energies and situations. It may not be that you meet that right person right now, or you may meet like a transitional situation or a relationship, and that will then transition onto something that is right for you. And this period, I feel, will happen very quickly. It will be short-lived. That's the strongest message I got from the cards. Okay, good luck with that. So Cancer, what's in store for Cancer for the month of August in their love life and romance? think that's a bit too far over, so hopefully you can see that more clearly. Oh, I should take that one because it Cancer, you have an interesting energy for August regarding your love life. There's a sense of something that needed to have happened because it's transformational for you in some way. There's also a feeling of needing to open lines of communication with someone, possibly someone like a fiery energy, male or female, but more of a dominant energy, maybe someone that you feel is more dominant. So opening the lines of communication or communication with this person. There's a sense of needing to be truthful as well. I feel that very strongly. Maybe some sort of truth needs to be told from either side. And it's actually a very important energy. It's a very important form of communication that needs to happen. Communication that will be transformational. And I feel that during this time in August, it would be beneficial for you to spend time with nature. And that might sound very hippie-ish, but it's more of to raise your vitality and your energy and your vibrational energy. It may have been weighed down with something, maybe some sort of non-disclosure that's caused you some stress in the past, or the inability to communicate something or to be honest, or something to that degree has zapped your energy. And there's a feeling of needing to reconnect and to raise your energy again, both physically and energetically and emotionally. So a needing to release something that's been held in, a needing to disclose something that hasn't been disclosed. And it's very important that you do in order to release yourself and to raise your vibration, because it feels like the energy's feeling a little bit flat and down. So communication, very important. Communication possibly with a fire energy, both, but more of a strong fire energy, whether it's a male or someone with the qualities of someone that's very passionate and very strong, and someone who takes charge and takes action. So those are the energies coming through. The spread is a 9 numerologically. So it's kind of ending something, and you have the card of transformation in here as well. So there's an ending, a cycle that's coming to an end or needing completion or resolution. I feel more so it's a resolution. It's a resolution to something maybe that has been zapping your energy. That's really strongly felt here. So if something's been draining your energy because it hasn't been spoken or hasn't been discussed or hasn't been addressed head on, it needs to be. And that's the other interpretation of the King of Clubs. You need to take charge. You need to take action to resolve this, to bring a resolve to a relationship issue. For single Cancerians, it may be being honest with yourself, having that dialogue with yourself about something that maybe you've been in denial about. That needs to transform the way that you connect with other people, the way that you actively connect with other people, connect with a partner. And again, spending time in nature, so whether it's sitting out in the sun for a little while, make sure you've got your hat on, or going for a walk in the bush or somewhere like that. If you are close to nature in that way, going to the park, anything that, sitting under a tree, anything like that re-energizes you and reconnects you and grounds you in some way to help relieve the stress and help to ease maybe the mental concerns or worries that you might have, or blocks that you might have, because it feels like there may have been some sort of block that needs to be released. Specifically for relationships though, truthfulness and resolution are very strong here, and doing that will re-energize you, feeling like you have more energy to get on with things, to plug back into your normal day-to-day life, because it may have felt drained because of something that's been weighing down on you. I hope that was useful, Cancer, and all the best for August. Geminis, let's see what's in store for your love life for the month of August. Oops. Gemini, I feel that August is a time of renovating, transforming, and coming out of your shell. You're going to feel possibly a little bit more stable financially, or you might feel more stable in your relationship. So there is a sense of more stability, and with that stability comes a sense of freedom and liberation. Needing to come out of your shell a little bit more. You're going to be renovating yourself emotionally in some way that's going to bring about changes and more contentment and more like a resolution to something that might have been troubling you. So definitely changes, but still more work to be done. So in relation to a relationship, there may be a stable relationship that needs to have a bit of an overhaul, and it brings about quite some work that you need to do in order to keep the momentum going. But with that is a sense of freedom. So it doesn't mean you're going to break up with someone. It could be that, but for those of you who are partnered, it's kind of liberating to actually start broadening your horizons, or it's more the sense of like still being connected to something, but having a sense of self as well. It's like freedom to explore and to enjoy other things outside of the relationship as well. If you're single, then August brings about a little bit more security and stability in your physical environment that allows you to explore and to come out of your shell more and to start to work on yourself. Because I still feel that there's work to be done on yourself in terms of looking for a partner or initiating a relationship. The overall energy is 5 numerologically, and so there is changes. So it starts with a 5 and the whole energy here is a 5. So changes needing to put into place, and those changes will bring you a sense of freedom and movement and broadening your horizon. It's like this wheel. It's kind of like expanding. It's growing bigger. Not really quickly, but it is growing slowly. It's going to start building on itself. So it's like you're building on yourself. You're building a greater foundation for yourself, or you're expanding on the foundation that you already have and broadening your horizons and bringing yourself more freedom and And with that will be the work needed to bring about the transformations and changes, and possibly even a rebirth on an emotional level. It could even be a rebirth in a relationship that, you know, might have been troubling, and some changes have occurred, but there's still work to be done with the relationship. But there is more stability in that also. Any other messages? I'm also picking up subtly that maybe there's a relationship that ended some time ago, in the not too distant past. You're finally starting to move out of that energy and coming more into yourself, and you're suddenly seeing the light again. You're suddenly feeling more yourself again, leading to a rebirth, and that then feels, it propels you to work more on this new path in your life, this new change, or the change that had happened, but needing to work more on where you're going now, and work more on creating more stability in your life. And some of you may even plan for a vacation, just as a way of working through these transformations, as a way of breaking free of the old energy that's leaving you now. I think that's about it. Yeah, again, transitional time. There's quite a few signs that are going through some sort of transitional time, and it's actually not bad energy. It just feels like it's transforming. It is growing and it's changing into something different. It's breaking away from the old energies that you may have been stuck in, and so there are changes happening around you, all for the better. Definitely. You might feel a bit uneasy because it's new, but it's definitely better. Okay, good luck, Gemini. So what's in store for Taurus, their love life, in August 2016? Taurus, in August, there may well have been, or is, or will be it's a foundation of not feeling stable, being a little bit anxious or non-committal about something, a little immature emotionally about committing to something even, not feeling quite stable. That's kind of like the energy I'm feeling. And there's a sense of growth, needing to grow and blossoming or expanding out of maturing. That's the word I was looking for, maturing, emotionally maturing. There's a feeling like something may have happened and it may not have been exactly pleasant, but it was necessary. That's in the past. It was necessary, and it was to bring about more stability, or more harmony, more so. Harmony is more what I was looking for. Also to open up to possibilities of love from many different sources, many different avenues of finding love, knowing that love can come from many different sources and not just from one. And it's also about being honest with yourself. It's almost like an epiphany during August, where something becomes clear to you and brings you a little bit more stability where there may have been restlessness and anxiety. So the foundation is a little restless, anxious and non-conforming, non-committal, and then moving more towards stability from that sense of restlessness, because something becomes clear to you, something is shown through your interactions with other people that may show you what love is, that might offer you non-committed love, but nevertheless it's love, if that makes sense. These are just messages I'm getting, so I'm just translating them as best as I can. For some of you it may make sense, for others not quite so, but let me just see if there's any other messages here. I do feel very strongly there's a sense of maturing here, because we're reading this specifically for relationships and love. It's a maturing emotionally in regards to relationships or having relationships. Growth and maturity more so, I feel. Being honest with yourself and being honest with others is really important. Honesty comes across quite clearly, and love that is unconditional. Unconditional love may be shown to you that does make you question yourself somewhat, and it may offer an opportunity for growth for you, and from that you learn more, you move towards more stability. The numerological energy here is the 7, and the 7 is again of growth, spiritual growth. And 7s, when they learn or they grow, it's not always easy. So this growth comes from maybe some sort of struggle that you've had. It hasn't been easy to get to this point. You've had to work hard for it. You've had to work hard to get here. But it does feel that things will ease up, and when something is made clear to you, the energy will kind of deflate, like that tension that you've had will deflate, and you'll find more balance and stability. So in a relationship, definitely room for growth and maturity and honesty and unconditional love. And ignore my dog that's trying to get in the room. So room for growth and more stability where the foundation was quite unstable and insecure and anxious about maybe committing or being a part of something. For those of you looking for love, there may be someone, this is an earth energy anyway, so Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. So this may well be you. This may be you being a little nervous or anxious or non-committal in relationships, or a little bit tentative about going into a relationship. But again, I do feel very strongly a sense of unconditional love. Just open yourself up, and that will bring more, that will release that restlessness and instability that you've had. I feel like there is someone that does love you. There is someone, I do feel that, and maybe letting go of the mental stresses and just opening up to love unconditionally, no expectations, either way, no expectations from them and no expectations from you. And just growing maturely into a relationship as well. See how you can develop this relationship in a mature way without anxiety and stress and worry and non-committal. Because I do feel that there's a potential here if this is a relationship that hasn't quite found its ground yet. But definitely growth and advancement and maturity for the month of August in relationships. Okay. So what's in store for Aries for the month of August in their love life? Aries, it feels like a shift is underway, which might be causing some confusion or disruption. Coming into August or coming into the middle of the month, you're feeling like you've surmounted some obstacles, but there may still be some more disappointments that eventuate. It feels like an up and down time, actually, emotionally and romantically. It feels like you might surmount one obstacle. Please ignore my dog that's trying to get into my room. You might surmount one obstacle and feel like you've achieved something and go, thank God, finally. And then another disappointment might come about, and then things suddenly shift, and then again another disappointment. So it feels like it's an up and down time in August romantically, but that's because things are trying to align themselves. There isn't quite that stability yet. Things are still in a state of flux and change and realignment. So you might find that in August, a bit of up and down kind of feeling. Two energies interplaying, trying to find a balance between the two. The general energy numerologically is 22, which breaks down to a 4. So there might be a connection with someone, and it might be a very strong connection with someone, but the two of you might be very different people, and you're trying to fit two pieces of a puzzle that are very different together, and that's why there might be that up and down sort of feeling. But there is a strong connection. If you are in a relationship currently, if you've started a new relationship, or even if you're moving towards more commitment with a relationship, it's moving towards stability, then you might find that there's a bit of up and down and confusion because you two have very different ideas or goals that may be conflicting and causing this up and down sort of energy. Or it also feels like it might be outside interference that is impacting on the relationship. So you guys might feel content, but then there's outside influences that are encroaching on you, causing some disharmony and disappointment and frustration. So it's what's surrounding you as well that might be an issue, and it's causing imbalance and disruption to your stability. And this is basically what this card is about. It's a realignment, or it's an alignment card. So it's realigning your energies, trying to bring together two different elements into one single cohesive energy. So not quite there yet for August. If you're looking for a relationship, you might find that there's a few ups and downs, maybe some potentials, but then maybe some disappointment, then there's another potential, or you're not quite sure where you stand with someone. Be aware that maybe because the energies haven't quite aligned yet, things aren't clear or stable yet between the two of you. No, I think that's about it, Aries. Good luck with the month of August, and I'll see you all for the September readings.